Good morning. This is Tamara Charisma Blankenship. Welcome to my podcast, YouTube, social media. Today, it's been a minute since I kind of did, kind of speak my mind. I'm the type of person I kind of sit back in the cut and I just discern and just watch. Um, Sometimes I share my self, my face, on Facebook, and sometimes I feel like it's no need to because I feel like if somebody's really gonna get to know you, they're gonna get to know you from the inside. But if not, a lot of people just go what's on the outside. But the type of person I am, I'm a thinker, and I just don't look what's out on the exterior, but look within the end. So some days I might do videos that I might show myself to be visual, and some days, I may not. So with that being said, actually, if you're seeing this spoken word mini story ministries, just a little brief description about that. The Lord put that on my heart a couple of years ago. I'm a spoken word artist. I go by the spoken word artist name Charisma, and I feel like everybody has ministry, either if it's your marriage or what God laid on your heart of what you've been through in order to come out to be able to help somebody else. So when he gave me that ministry or ministries, I looked at it and I'm a type of person I play with words. So, I was like, okay, mini stories because, everybody have a story and you're the only one who can basically tell your story the best way you can, whatever you've been through. And I just feel like that everybody goes through they good, they bad, and ugly, but it put it to all together, it kind of like makes sense. And even in the Bible, there were stories and parables, and even in this present time, people have stories, but I feel like the talents, the gifts, whatever your purpose is in life, I feel like it all ties in together, and it's just not about just working a job just over broke, but that'll be another video. I don't want to kind of get into much that I don't want to kind of get off topic, but just to kind of give you like a kind of a preview from where I'm coming from. So with that being said, today I'm gonna go on my Facebook page and talk about this topic. It was back in October. I said I was going to do a video then, but you know how it is. You kind of get busy. You working, you taking care of the kids, and sometimes we forget, about our dreams. For it to be set in reality, we're so busy trying to chase a check that we, by the time this kind of get back to our dreams, we sad. So sometimes we have to sacrifice, make time. Sometimes we have to kind of put things on hold and kind of get back into it. So that's what I'm kind of doing. I'm kind of get back into it of what I like. My second thing to do is like to write, but at the same time, I like to speak as well. So I'm about to go ahead and go to my Facebook. Okay, there we go. And actually, before I even did this video, I had already had set it out on what I was going to talk about, but I guess it ended up going back to this previous state. So just work with me. And I kind of learned this through others, to how to be on Facebook and then show another screen. I have had work at home jobs where they showed us that you can kind of do, multiple things at once. I'm always type of person to kind of like, play around. And I guess that's where my creative gifts, come from. So it's some stuff I'm kind of working on in the process. And I believe, 2020, well, actually, it's been a blueprint and it's already, write the vision, make it plain. That's on my business card. Though it may tarry, wait for it, and it should come to pass. So back then, I already had the dream, but I feel like, 2020 is my year for that to come forth. So I'm just talking until I kind of get to the page of my Facebook of what I want to talk about on today. So I already know what date and the month that I had put it in. So I'm just basically scrolling down to the date. And like I said, I don't like to be like nobody else. I like to be myself. So many people trying to be like everybody else instead of just being, true to themselves. Okay, so I'm almost getting there. It's October the 11th when I put it. So I'm on October 18th. So just like I said, just, getting there. And like I said, I put a lot of stuff on Facebook. Some things I like, some things I may be going through. Not saying to put all my business, on Facebook, but sometimes I just put something what I'm going through. It maybe can help somebody else. So sometimes I put stuff serious. Sometimes I put stuff that's funny or whatever. Trying to switch it up. But to get to know me is to know me. Off of Facebook because I think we had a life before all this social media. So sometimes we spend too much time on social media or make it work for you. Okay, so here I go. And yeah, October 11th. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can bring this picture up a little bit closer. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it so you can see it, you know. So I saw this back in October and, I was like, wow, it's explicit. And I feel like sometimes when you just put stuff on Facebook, people go past scroll, depending on if they feeling it or not, who cares. But sometimes when you put stuff that's controversy or something out of the norm, people like, share, comment and stuff. I kind of like do both. Either if you putting something that was on your mind or some things that might not get a like. And I'm just the type of person, it's like, I don't need Facebook to validate me. Sometimes I like my own post and I know my cousin was messing with me. He was like, "You're the only person who might comment on your own post and like it." I'm like, "I sure do because I don't have to look for people, to like and to validate me and be like, oh, it's good if they do. But even if they don't, at the end of the day, I'm my own best, friend and stuff, and I'm there to make a difference and to make a impact in others. And the main ones who don't like and share be the main ones looking anyway. So I had even did a test with that, a while back. But anywho, no further ado, it says, "What's y'all interpretation of this picture?" And it's deep. So, you see the women, the maybe some might say they Jezebels, some may say they hoes, some may, like, okay, wow. And then you see the men, right here. And, like I said, everybody has different perspectives. You see the axe that he's holding. You see the woman that's by his side, holding his manhood. So you say, you see the eggs within the nest. And actually, I ain't gonna say I'm trying to give it away. I was trying to give you a minute to kind of see what you kind of get out of it at first. But I'm just going ahead, see what I, kind of, just pointing certain, things out and stuff. And even with me telling my own thoughts, like I said, you might have a different perception. So what I kind of get out of this, and then actually I'll go into the comments of what other people had said about this picture as well. But I just want to go ahead and start off. So what I get, and just, from experiences and not to put nobody's, name out there, um, a man or a woman, and it goes for both, but right now the man, he has women that he maybe dealt with from his past. And it's hard for him to maybe, cut them off. So then when he finally find that woman that maybe God put in his life to be his helpmate, he's distracted from this women that they done shared soul ties together. And then now that he meet her, he basically may have to cut them off, the women off, to cleave, to his wife. Even in the Bible, a man shall leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife. But sometimes that's easier, said than done. I don't know if what men has been through this or is kind of going through this or just be like, man, this is too much and stuff because it's too easy to have these women, you know, and sometimes men they go off of what they see, the lust and stuff. But I feel like with that, the women is that lust, that his desire and that appetite for him. But like I said, all these women, they can be distractions. And like I said, this woman, she want a family. She's, by his side. But maybe she want to be by his side, but maybe he's not where he's supposed to be, that he can't or not willing, I say, to give himself to this woman. So, with that, being said, it's like, what do this woman by his side do? Does she wait? Does she pray? What does she do, for herself? And like I said, I've had experiences, from that, but like I said, everybody's story is different. I was always the type of woman in my relationships that, most relationships that I was in, they have, nothing but good to, say about me. It didn't work for its own reasons, and I'm not, again, not trying to put all my business out there, but I have came to a point that, there's like, you're a good girl and good head on your shoulders and stuff, and they, I guess, apparently, we're not together, so apparently they chose to do what they do, and I had to leave because, you know, once upon a time, I lowered my standards and boundaries and stuff, and some stuff that I just allowed, but now this very same people who left me made me to be more stronger because now I would not tolerate certain things, and I took a whole year to be single to work on myself so I can love myself, so whoever God put in my life, that I can love him as well, because God has showed me love to even love them, when they down and out, or whatever. So, excuse me. So, like I said, he has to not just, this picture, the man just not have to cut the women out his life, but he may have to cut his own self to deal with them women, in order to, be with that woman. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to X this out. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the comments of what certain people, and if you see this video, hopefully you don't mind that I show your comments of what you thought. So my cousin, here, Demetrius, he said something about soul ties, and and I had just spoke on that. And then let's see. Okay, and it is a deep picture. Sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words. Rick, that's my brother's friend, from way back. I asked him, I said, well, what's your thoughts? So he said he don't know. He said he got an ex. He probably finna cut them hoes off. So that's something similar, that I had said, um, or back to what Rick said. He said this dude horny. So that's kind of, again, what I was kind of, saying and stuff. Um, what came to my mind, my reply back to Rick, I said the Madonna whore complex. And if you don't know what that is, Google it. You can do your research. I'm not gonna, go. I forgot what the meaning was with it, and and I don't feel like going to Google right now to research it. But you can give you a little piece of homework, to kind of Google that. Let's see. Ken. Okay, yeah, Ken. He said he want to cut those other women off, but he can't because he would have to cut his own head off to get rid of the thought of them. Something like the soul ties that Demetrius was saying earlier in this post. So that's what that's a good insight. And I gave him thumbs up for that. More comments. Amber, it's pretty deep. So the guy, his head is full of thoughts of previous women. Now he had found a woman for his lifetime. She not letting go, and he has to cut his past life off. and I see the bird nest, so I would assume that's start of a family. So when I said that, I gave her, much love for that. I love that. And just to piggyback, what I was saying earlier, in the video, I had thought the same thing. Because I didn't really I commented back to people, gave showed them some love, or I kind of agreed with them. But when I did this post, I said I was gonna do a video, later, so I can, tell my side of vocal. So on this post, I just let people, share their comments, and later, I was gonna piggyback on it. Let's see, Vincent, he said, I see this as a man's choices and thoughts on sex and women. Yeah, and then it was another post, but I'm not sure if I see it. Somebody else had maybe a good um response to this, and I don't see it right away. But if I don't see it, then like I said, what are your thoughts and what are your interpretation? You know, dealing with your life or whatever you've been through. So I'm just gonna speak to to the men. Right now. Excuse me, my camera kind of just fell. We heard a little thump. But with for the men, my advice coming from a woman, because I feel like that my audience is women and single women, but at the same time, I feel like that I can talk certain things, to men, that who may listen. And sometimes, is wisdom, to even get from God or to be by yourself and, just to kind of sit back and reflect on, things in your lifetime. So, with men who choose to go ahead and be hoes, do your thing. I'm not saying you got to do this and you got to do that. But, if you want to, be like this man with the women and stuff like that, with the hoes and stuff, that's your thing. But what I'm going to say is that, everybody has choices, either if it's good or bad. And what I want to say with you is that some men don't want to take the risk, for that one woman. Some have broken that good woman that she was it, but because he was not ready and where he needs to be or want to be, and he was just comfortable to have multiple women. Sometimes men feel like to have a whole bunch of women that he's that man, and society has taught that to be like, yeah, have as many women you want and this and that and stuff like that and stuff. But at the same time, it comes a point in life where a man, you know it's like time out for games, and the older you get and stuff, it's like I feel like it shouldn't take a whole bunch of women, excuse me, for a man to feel good about himself, for them to stroke his ego. And sometimes we women, we make it easy for these men to have a whole bunch of women, or be the sad chick and share and stuff, you know but it comes to the point that it's that one woman that I feel like the Lord will place in your life, that you could be a team, or she could be that helpmate, and she see things that you may not see, and y'all work together in unison. Our iron sharpens, iron. So usually that one woman can be the speak more than what all these other women are not able or capable to do of that one woman. But it takes a man to sacrifice, himself. So not only is he just giving up these women for this for the woman that he wants to be with, but he's giving up all these women, for himself. Because if you have a whole bunch of, women, different women, how can you even be focused? I look at it as, this is, distraction. And then, just piggyback on the hoes and stuff like that. The thing is, I'm a bad bitch and all this and stuff. And women, if all he goes, to share and to be the sad chick, and we gloat on that. You're like, yeah, I'm that. She ain't doing nothing right, so I gotta step in and be that woman and stuff like that. But sometimes it's just that lustful desire or whatever. And then sometimes men might tell you this and tell her that and had this, and sometimes women like to be the side chick and be comfortable because that's like I don't have to deal with the stress and the woohoo, so I'm just there. But at the same time, it's a bunch of mess, and I feel like everybody, kind of lose. And then the woman by his side and stuff, she endure a lot. She put up with a lot of stuff that she shouldn't have to when she just want to love him, but he doing his thing, to do whatever, and she put up with it, and he keep on doing it, but then he get called and he apologized, and then she still put up with it. But I feel like it should be respect on all sides, from the man respecting the woman by his side to the hoes to respect, but that ain't gonna happen. But and the woman to respect her man, because I feel like it's about family. You see the little eggs in the bird nest. How are we supposed to be an example to our children, and we doing whatever we want to do, and then and then I feel like it puts a separation, for the future, for a legacy, and for the kids, in the future, to see what we doing, so they'd be like, oh, well, it's okay, mama, cheated on dad and dad cheated on mama, and now you got the division. But like I said, let's get back to family. Let's get back to that man using his story, from his hurts to his healing, to even a woman through what she has met go through, and use it a story, together to work as one, where the woman can talk to women, men talk to men talk to women, this woman can talk to the men and stuff, and use it as a, like I said earlier in my video, as a mini stories. You got two different people who think different but somewhat alike, been through stuff, been through hurts, have hurted people and stuff. But I feel like, it still can work for its glory, for the glory of God, to put all that together to be able to be like a power couple, to be able, to impact others and stuff. Because, like I said, I never been married, but I do desire to be married when the time is right. Sometimes I thought I was ready and I wasn't, because God was really still showing me that it's some stuff that He has to work on me. And sometimes we want what we want now and stuff. And now that I look at it, the mistakes I've made, it made me much of a wiser and stronger, person, or whatever. So, with that being said, like I said, let's start raising, let's start being healthy within ourselves. Let's start raising, healthy, children. Let's start, seeking the Lord, to work the little stuff that's in our relationship that we against each other, and that we letting outside influence destroy. Because I feel like God is here to restore, but it's hard to restore when we're out of order. And like I said, just looking at this picture, it's just, out of order and stuff. And something what the women ain't doing that's by your side, then talk to her, or something, and again, I'm just speaking out there. They said, again, easier said than done. People's stories is different, but just from my experience, just like I said again, learn to communicate effectively with that person. And I thought, relationships is just about love, but it's more than that. It's about respect. It's about trust. It's about working together. It's about a lot of things, and I'm still learning, and I'm growing. But I feel like I have it down pat a little bit better than what I have, allowed, or whatever, from the past. So I'm going to go ahead and X this out right here. And, when I first put this, I know there's like, wow, they're like, tell me to put something like that, but like I said, every now and then I might wow people. And it seemed like the most people comment on your stuff when you put stuff that's controversy, or just kind of like, oh, or something. But, like I said, just stick, out to me, and that's my little, little picture thinking, thinking like, okay. what they're saying. But like I said, start looking out for more videos from me in the near future. I just have to balance it to be able to do different videos and speak on it, and like I said, look out for me in 2020, and then some other stuff that I want to share to the world. And like I said, um, I may this will be put on my YouTube. I have to upload to YouTube. So if you want to continue to speak on this matter, you can on my Facebook. Remember, I posted it October the 11th. So you can come on my Facebook and put your thoughts, or you can go to my YouTube, Tamara Blankenship, uh, on YouTube, I believe, and you can put your thoughts on that. And let me just click on the comments one more one more time, just to kind of see if I missed anything else. 'Cause I actually thought I said I was gonna kind of like upload a video uh, back in October, but think I don't think I did. Yeah, but you know, even if I didn't, like I said, I'm just d- doing it now. Let's see. Okay, oops. I didn't mean to go that. So let me go back to my page. Okay, but yeah, this is my Facebook. I don't have no face right now, so that's what I was telling you in the video. I don't have a face. Because right now, like I said, maybe next year I might put a picture on there. But for right now, like I said, I'm just sitting back in the cut, and hopefully one day I will be marrying my dreams. Not just my future husband, but right now I feel like that I'm in a relationship with myself. I'm in a relationship with God. I'm in relationship, to my dreams, my talents, my gifts. I'm like Ruth, in the field, working, not to be found, I mean, to be found by my potential husband, but not just out looking. And sometimes I think we women, we make that mistake. Like, where you at? We get impatient and anxious and stuff, and then just, put up and settle with anything. And sometimes men do the same thing. But like I said, when you working, and you seeking God, and you loving on yourself and stuff, I feel like when you least expect it, that's when God will bring that person in your life, for you to, be that family and to carry out that dream or the blueprint that you both have, to come together. It's kind of like a puzzle piece. I might have a puzzle piece, he might have a puzzle piece, but when we put it all together, it kind of makes sense, and now you see the clear picture, in it. Okay. Well, this is Tamara Charisma Blankenship signing out. Thank you for listening, and also subscribe to my YouTube, and I'll update any information later on. Peace.